Was Ishmael a teenager or a baby when he and Hagar were sent away by Sarah? Genesis 21:14 states that Abraham took some bread and a skin of water, and gave them to Hagar. He placed them over her shoulder, together with the child, and sent her away. In the rabbinic exegesis, Abraham put the child on Hagar's shoulder. According to the calculation by the rabbis, Ishmael was 27 years old at the time, so then why did Abraham place him on Hagar's shoulder? Rather, Sarah had put an evil eye on Ishmael, thus inflicting him with a fever and illness. The Torah therefore says, via 15, the water was gone from the skin, the water was finished, because of Ishmael's fever, for a feverous person drinks all the time, General Rabbah 53:13. This midrash might seek to explain why Ishmael is presented as a small child in the expulsion narrative. He is called boy and child, and when the water is exhausted his mother leaves him under one of the bushes. Such behavior is not suitable for a 27-year-old young man. The midrash explains Ishmael's helplessness by the debilitating nature of his illness. An excerpt from Evangelical Commentary on the Bible, page 24. For instance, it is maintained that the Ishmael of chapter 16 is a lad of 16 years or so, while the Ishmael of chapter 21 is but an infant whom Hagar carries on her shoulders and throws under the tree to watch him die. A closer reading of chapter 21, however, shows that Ishmael is anything but an infant. An excerpt from Hard Sayings of the Bible, page 123. A number of commentators have insisted on the fact that Ishmael was placed on the shoulders of Hagar when she left. This would imply that at the time the boy was a mere infant who needed to be carried by his mother. Then in Genesis 21:15, he is spoken of as being cast or placed under a bush. Now, after these interpreters have reached these conclusions about Ishmael being a mere infant, they go on to declare that this assessment is in conflict with Genesis 16:16, 17:25, and 21:5, where the boy seems to be at least 13 or 14 years old, and that this is the mark of multiple sources, for the texts were not edited as carefully as they should have been. An excerpt from Eerdmans Dictionary of the Bible, page 539. She asks Abraham to rid her family of Hagar and Ishmael once and for all. Hagar, finding herself once again in the wilderness without sustenance, leaves Ishmael to die. Here her son's age doesn't quite fit the context. Once again, God intervenes, providing food and water and reiterating the earlier promises to Hagar. She later finds an Egyptian wife for her near-grown son.